Hello everyone, myself Krishna. In this video, I am going to explain how to get and set UiPath Orchestrator asset values in UiPath Studio. In the UiPath Orchestrator, in the main folder, for each asset type, I have created one asset. So let's see how we can extract these asset details in the UiPath Studio. Get asset activity. GetAsset activity is used to extract text, Boolean, and integer type asset details. Here I have connected to the main folder. If I click this asset name dropdown, whatever the assets that I have created in the main folder, all the text, Boolean, and integer type asset details will be shown. So let me click this dropdown. So the asset name we can select in three ways. We can select the asset name from this drop down, or else you can click on this plus icon and click on open in expression editor. Here you can mention the asset name in the double quotation, or else you can create a variable. In the variable you can mention the asset name, and in the asset name section you can mention that variable, right? The next thing, orchestrator folder path. So here I have connected to the main folder. If I try to extract the asset details from the same folder, mentioning the orchestrator folder path is optional. In case if I try to extract the asset details from the different folder, then the orchestrator folder path is mandatory. The output of the get asset activity, it depends upon the how you are selecting the asset name. In case if you are selected the asset name from the drop down, the output value as per the asset type. In case if you are mentioning the asset name in the double quotations or in the variable, the value is in the string format, right? So here I have selected the asset name in the double quotations. So here I can create a variable and it should be in the text format. str acme URL, and let me take a message box to display the output. Now I am going to take another get asset activity. Now here I am going to select the asset name from the drop down. So here I am selecting the download report, and if you see the value, it is in the Boolean value, right? So let me create a variable and let me take another message box. Let me take another get asset activity. So here I am going to mention retry count. So it is in the integer format. So here you can find the value, integer value, right? So let me create a variable and let's take a message box. Right? So let's run the process and verify the output. So let me go to the UiPath Orchestrator. So first we have extracted the Acme URL. So the Acme URL value is URL1. And second we have extracted the download report. So the value is false. And third we have extracted the retry count. So the value is 3. Right? Set asset activity. Set asset activity is used to update the text, boolean and integer asset values. So here we need to select the asset name. So here I am selected the Acme URL and I am going to mention the updated value as text URL. Let me take another set asset activity. So here in the asset name I am going to select download reports. So the existing value is false, so now I am going to change to true. And let's take another set asset activity. Now I am going to select retry count. It is in the integer format. So here I am going to mention the count as 5. Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the process execution has been completed. So let's go to the UiPath Orchestrator. So let's refresh. So you can find the test URL for Acme URL, and for the download report we have set to true, and for the retry count we have mentioned count as 5, right? Get credential activity. Get credential activity is used to extract credential type assets from the UiPath Orchestrator. If I click this credential asset name dropdown, whatever the credential assets that I have created in the UiPath Orchestrator in the main folder, all the credential assets will be shown. So let me click this dropdown. So here I have created only one credential asset, that is acme underscore create. So I am selecting this asset name. The output of the get credential activity username and password. The username is in the string format and the password is in the secure string. So let me create a variable. So to verify this username and password, I am going to enter these details in the notepad. So for that, I am going to take type into activity. So let's search for type into. So first we need to indicate the notepad, and then we need to indicate the target. So here I am going to mention the username, and then I am going to give a enter. So to enter the password, so I am going to take type secure text activity. So we need to indicate the screen. In the secure text, we need to pass the password, right? Now let's save and run the process and verify the output. So we have a username user and password is 1234, right? So let me delete. Set credential activity. Set credential activity is used to update the credential details in the UiPath Orchestrator. So for this, we need to select the asset name that you wanted to update. Here you need to mention the username. So here I am mentioning the username as test user, and password I am mentioning as 987654. So now this set credential activity will going to update the acme underscore create, and then it will going to get the same credential details, and then it will add the details in the notepad, right? Let's save and run the process and verify the output. Now the credential details has been updated. So now we have a username coming as test user and password is coming as 987654, right? Get secret activity. Get secret activity is used to get the secure string from the UiPath Orchestrator. Click on this drop down. So here we have a DB connection string. The output of the get secret activity will give us the output as secure string. So I have already created the variable for secure string. So here I am mentioning the variable. To verify the extracted secure string, I am going to enter the value in the same notepad file. So here I am going to remove the username. Let's save and run the process and verify the output. So the value is coming as 1234. Set secret activity. Set secret activity is used to update the secure string in the UiPath Orchestrator. First we need to select the asset name and then we need to mention the value. So here I am going to mention the secure string as test space password, right? So here in the DB connection string I am going to update the secure string and I am going to extract the same asset details and then I am going to display the value in the notepad, right? So let's save and run the process and verify the output. So the secure string has been updated as test password and the same secure string has been extracted, right?